Okay, third myth, the New Deal got us out of the Depression, and I'd say the reality is the recovery under FDR was the most sluggish in U.S. history. So here, let's just look at the unemployment figures. And again, I didn't go to some obscure right-wing anti-FDR website. This is the government's official numbers of the unemployment rate for this period. So you can see, yeah, unemployment almost reached 25% in 1933, and you could say that that was mostly under Herbert Hoover. In terms of who should you blame for the 1933 unemployment, because FDR doesn't get inaugurated until March of 33, because back then the presidents got sworn in March, not in January. And then it does start coming down, but again, very tepidly. If you look at earlier U.S. depressions with a small d, I mean, they could be intense and painful, and unemployment could go up pretty high, but the things were usually over pretty quickly. And then once the recovery began, boom, unemployment went back down to normal within about 2 years. And you can see here that, no, unemployment was ridiculously high. And then in 1938, so 5 full years after FDR is in place and has put the New Deal in full swing, unemployment jumps back up to 19%. Okay, so that's horrendous. Unemployment doesn't go below 10% until 1941, which is 8 years after Roosevelt gets sworn in. Okay, so this idea that the New Deal got us out of the Depression, the way I put it in the book is I say, what would the numbers, what would the data have to look like for people to say the New Deal prolonged the Depression longer than any other economic downturn in U.S. history? Because the numbers are certainly consistent with that description, and yet people just have been taught to say FDR got us out of the Depression for the simple, chronological reason that, well, the Depression was in force when FDR came in, and then eventually the Depression ended when FDR was still in office, depending on when you time it, and so therefore he got us out of the Depression, right?